One of the big issues for those who are contemplating full-time RV living or just long-term travel in general is, how do we get our mail when we're on the road?
There's a few different ways to go about this. When we started out, we did some research, we talked to a lot of people.
And we're going to share the way that we do it.
So the first thing that we did was try to eliminate as much physical mail as we could. Because let's face it, what do we get in the mail? Bills and junk mail. The bills were pretty easy to convert to online statements. You can pretty much get your statements and pay for any of the bills that you might have online. And the junk mail you don't really care about anyway.
Yeah, it's good to start doing this well in advance of when you plan to stop the mail. You know, start making a list of all the catalogs that you're getting as they come in. Write down, make a list of the stuff that you need to keep from coming to your place. You know, get rid of those catalogs. A lot of them you're probably not even using. I know that was true for us. We were getting quite a few little sales catalogs that we never even did anything with other than recycle them. So we were writing down a list, making sure that every single thing that we could possibly not have coming there for anyone to manage in the future would be great. So
get off as many of those mailing lists as you can.
Yeah, and another thing about the mail is the packages that come to you. Generally, these can be accepted just about anywhere that you go. You can have them shipped to a campground, to an RV park. You can pick them up at a town, at a friend or family member's place, or even some of these different lockers that they have to pick up shipments. There's all sorts of ways to get shipments on the road. And one thing to keep in mind is that when you give somebody an address, make sure you let them know, if it is indeed a temporary one, that it's temporary, so that you don't get reshipments or follow-up shipments or anything like that. I know that I have some companies that send me things on occasion, and they will just send something out to me and it'll go to a different place. So it's good to make sure that they know very explicitly that it's a temporary address.
So for the mail that we had left, what we decided to do was to just maintain the post office box that we'd had for many years in our hometown where we had our house. We left the post office box open and let the mail go there, and we had a friend or family member that we could leave a key with, and they would periodically, every couple of weeks, a month or so, just pick up what mail there was and mail it to us wherever we were at.
Yeah, and it works a lot better if the person that you're leaving your key with actually uses that same post office, because then it's just in their daily routine and it works out a lot better. If not, you want to make sure that you contact the person when you know you're expecting something important, if you want something sent out that day or within a few days. So it's good to kind of keep track of that and keep on it.
And then we found out that you can actually do a temporary forward change of address for the post office online, and it's really easy. You just go online and it's free. You let them know what date you want the forward to start and when you want it to stop. So if you're going to be at a particular location for several weeks or maybe a month or more, you just put in that address there, and for the time that you're there, your mail will be forwarded to that address. And when that time limit expires, then it'll just go back to going to the original post office box. And you can do this for up to 6 months, and at the end of 6 months, if you're going to stay even longer, you can extend it for another 6 months. So that works out really well for us.
Yeah, so it's nice if you're going to be somewhere for a few weeks, at least, then you know you can go ahead and make the forward make sense. Another thing to keep in mind is that this is done for the entire P.O. box, so your entire box gets forwarded. So if there's other people using that box, this is not going to be a good fit, because they're going to just forward everything that goes to that box.
So that's the way that we've been doing things. There are a lot of other ways to do it. There's a lot of mail forwarding type services online that you can research, and their prices vary depending on what you want done. So, check into those if that's something that you think would work for you.
Yeah, and it's important to keep in mind that you don't have to do things one way all the time. In other words, if this stops working for us, we'll change it up. We'll go to a different service or whatever's going to work for us at the time. I think sometimes when people approach this type of lifestyle, full-time RVing, they'll look online, they'll check videos, of course, they'll read some blogs and stuff like that, and there's information out there that says you need this campground membership, you need this gadget on, for Wi-Fi, you need this and that, or solar or no solar or whatever, and it's really going to come down to what works best for you. So take some time, kind of gradually move into it and adjust if you need to adjust.
Yeah, and please remember to comment, share, and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. How's it look? Unbearable? Barely notice it? I think it's very nice.